my enchanted peeps, I'm back today with the end of the month haul. Every month I think, oh, I didn't get that much, I don't buy that much, and then I kind of gather the things and go, oh, I guess I did buy a few things. So this month I did get some makeup. I usually kind of have the same sort of makeup and the same standbys. So what I got was I replenished my favorite Superstay lip color, which is the Maybelline Superstay 24-hour color in Eternal Wine, and that's the color there. It's kind of a little bit of a brighter red than I want, but I find it's really hard to find a long stay color that is exactly what I'm looking for. So what I usually do is put it on, and then I'll put another color over top to kind of blend to get a little bit darker. And I saw these in, this is NYC color. This is in their cream matte lipstick, and it was like a little bit of a cheaper brand, and I thought, oh, I don't know if this is going to be any good, but I really love their eyeliner. This is the NYC liquid eyeliner. It is my favorite eyeliner. I've tried more expensive items, and this one is still the best. It was only, I don't know, maybe $4 Canadian, and it's got the little brush on the end as opposed to the pen sort of nib, which I really don't like. I know a lot of people really like it because it has more control, but I actually really prefer these for making lines. I feel like once you get the kind of the hang of it, you can make sort of like thinner or thicker lines, and I really like the control of that. So because I like this, I thought I would go ahead and try the lipstick, even though, like I said, it's a little bit cheaper than usual. This is mahogany color. That's it there. It's kind of like a darker brownish, but I find I've got it right now combining with this, and I like the color. It kind of makes like a darker red, a little bit more in the brown though, I'm finding, but still I kind of like this as an option for sure. So that's what I kind of replenished with makeup. And then clothing wise, I was very excited that shoes that I ordered from goodgoth.com came in the mail early in May. And if you follow me on your Instagrams, you've already seen this. This is what they look like. They're flats. They're like Mary Jane's, and they've got like a rib cage on it with a little heart, and I just love them. My only complaint about them is that one of the shoes, the liner keeps kind of coming out and bunching up, and I've had to tape it down a couple of times, and it's a little bit annoying when you wear it. But other than that, I just keep kind of taping it down and stuff. I should probably just flatten it out and glue it. But other than that, I love them. They're really comfortable. I think they're really cute. Get lots of compliments. They're easy to put on. So really love those. The other thing I got clothing-wise was I picked up a skirt. You can never have too many little black skirts, and so this one, I don't know, you can't really, oh maybe, or you can see kind of the texture. It's got like kind of like a lacy texture, and then there's like the lining underneath, and it's kind of a little bit pleated, and that's what it looks like there. So that's what I got clothing-wise, just for something a little bit different with a little bit of texture. Now, of course, as always, I always get books, I always get cards. This month for cards, and you probably saw my unboxing sort of review video, is the Wisdom of the Trees Oracle that I picked up, which I'm really loving. It's very beautiful. My only complaint, like I said, is the box. I don't really like this style because the cards kind of slip down. But it is a very pretty deck, and I really quite enjoy it, and it's helping me learn my trees a little bit more, which is always nice, because I've always wanted to be able to kind of point out and say, oh, that's a what of a tree. But right now, I mean, I can do sort of the basics, but a lot of them I'm like, I have no idea. So again, really beautiful deck. Very pretty. And if you like, you know, trees and things, then there you go. I would recommend this deck. Somebody asked me where I got it from. I did not order this online. I found it in Chapters, which is, I don't know if they have them in the States, but it's a Canadian, it's a bookstore here in Canada, a big chain bookstore that I just found it in the metaphysical section. And then for books, I picked up this one, which is a classic, The Four Agreements by, where is it here? Miguel Ruiz. And it's a very short kind of read, and the 4 agreements are: be impeccable with your word, don't take anything personally, don't make assumptions, and always do your best. And those are actually really hard to do, as I sort of found out this week, because I found that I was taking things personally, that sometimes that people did, and maybe it has nothing to do with me at all. And you know, this is really hard to, you know, sometimes do that. But it's a really good book, short little read. Somebody had reminded me of it, and I picked it up, and I was like, you know what, this is really good. It gives you a lot to think about for a little book, so I do recommend this book. The other two books that I got are, the first one is the Chakra Wisdom Oracle Toolkit, a 52-week journey of self-discovery with the Lost Fables by Tori Hartman. That's what it looks like there. I have the cards as well. I got them earlier this year or last year, and I really love them. The artwork isn't like my favorite, but they read really well, and they're really great and insightful, especially if you're doing a lot of inner sort of work or shadow work about like sort of what your issues may be or what you need to work on. And then this takes you all the way through all the cards and all the chakras, sort of like working with different issues every week, gives you little things to do. Quite enjoying it. I mean, obviously I won't be able to tell you till I've been through it for a year of how it really is, but so far really enjoying it. It gives you like little meditations or little things to think about, which I think is really great. So enjoying this one. And then finally I got the complete book of Predictive Astrology. I do astrology, especially I do birth charts for people where, you know, if you know your time and date, you know, obviously your date, but the time of birth and where you were born, you can use that to map out a chart of where all the planets were when you're born and the different aspects they make, and this can tell you a lot about you, a lot more than, you know, just your sun sign would. That's for sure. It's a lot more complicated than that. And then I also do transits, which is where you're comparing the what the planets are doing in the sky right now with a person's birth chart to see kind of what's going on in their life. This is a little more in depth, I find. It's got the transits, but it also has progressions, and if you don't know what those are, progressions is the idea that say for example you're born on, I don't know, I'll pick a date out of the air, June 2nd, 1990. Then for the next year, for if you wanted to predict you know, what their year was going to be like for when they're 1 year old, you would move the chart forward a day to June 2nd at the same time and see where the planets were at that point, and so on and so forth. So for example, you know, if that person was 30 years old, then you'd move it forward to I guess you couldn't do 30 years old because we're not there yet, but let's say they were 20 years old, then you'd move it forward to the year 2010, or no, pardon me, you move it 10 days forward, or pardon me, 20 days forward. Oh my God, I'm explaining this all wrong. Okay, so you'd move it 20 days forward to June 22nd of the year they were born, and then you would look at that, and then you would know what their year was going to be like for their 20th year, which would be 2010. So I probably explained that all wrong, but basically a day equals a year, and so you can look at that, see what's going on, and you can see like subtle changes in their life and do predictions that way. But this is, like I said, a lot more, it's in depth, and so I'm going through it, and I'm, you know, learning a bunch of stuff. Some stuff I already knew, but I'm learning more about it, so I'm really enjoying that. So if you're into astrology and you want to learn like just a little more in-depth sort of stuff, I would recommend this as a good sort of intermediary sort of advanced book. So that's what I got this month. If you wanted me to do a review of any of these things and wanted to know a little bit more about it, please let me know. I love seeing other people's hauls as well, so if you have a haul for the month, let me know and put it in the comments below. Like and subscribe, and I will see you guys all next time. Bye!